2021, another strange year for us. Another strange year indeed, but perfume was one thing that kept me going. I wore some things I haven't worn in a while. I've not worn some things that I'm surprised aren't on this list. What am I talking about? My top 10 most worn this year. What did I wear the most this year in 2021? Caller ID. A little bit different background as you'll notice, but this is a special occasion. This is like the Oscars for my fragrance wardrobe. What have I worn the most? What has gotten me through this year? What do I keep gravitating toward in 2021? Let's find out. But first, a quick honorable mention, Tom Ford Metallique. This is one of those wild card fragrances for me. It's one of the ones I reach for when I'm just in that random mood. I might not know what to put on, but I go, oh yeah, that's fun, that's interesting. I think more men need to give this a try. It's often marketed toward women. Guys, try it on. It's vanilla burning in a rubber factory. Super neat. Yeah, they capture that metallic vibe. Number 10, Uomo Intense. It's a guilty pleasure fragrance of mine. It's a sugary bomb of a fragrance. You need the sugar to cut that sweetness down. It's sweet, it's bombastic, it's wild, it's crazy, but it's a lot of fun. The opening is punchy. You'll get knocked out with a chocolate irisy wave, but I think you'll find that it mellows out after a while. Believe it or not, I wore this before I went to bed. It was a lot when I was testing it at first. I found that it made a nice going to bed scent. After that opening dries down, it does mellow out somewhat. It's a highly casual scent. I wouldn't recommend it for the suit and tie. I have other things I reach for, but hey, the numbers don't lie. It's on the list. I wore it a lot. Number 9, Prada L'Homme. Now this one is most definitely a suit fragrance, just understated class. Now I think that Iris can go one of two ways. It can go warm and bubbly, kind of like Uomo Intense or Dior Homme, those ones you might be familiar with. Prada L'Homme takes Iris in a cool direction. I really like it when it's cooler and overcast outside. It just works for that. You combine the violet leaf and a little bit of citrus on top, and you just get pure, fresh, squeaky clean class. I really love it. I just feel put together when I wear it. Number 8, Amour de Cacao from Sud Pacifique. I think I have that name right. I don't own this one actually. This was all from a fragrance sample. Man, I drained that sample. I went through that sample like crazy. It's just like a fresh baked pastry. It's like wearing a cookie, like a snickerdoodle that's just come out of the oven. And I wore this exclusively in the evenings. I just found it incredibly relaxing, and I was sorely missing this often long after that sample was gone. I want to get a full bottle of this in my collection. Maybe it'll be on my 2022 must-buy list. There's something in my way. Oh, it's my ego. It's not going anywhere. Number 7, Akkad from Lubin. Gorgeous, complex scent. This one's a real treat to wear. I love it more and more I wear it. It never gets old. It's constantly capturing and recapturing my imagination. You've got to try this to experience this. You have to be predisposed to liking some spicy scents. You'll especially like it if you like amber. It's an amber like no other. Incredibly well blended, incredibly well crafted. You need to check it out. It's my scent of the day, Akkad, number 7. Number 6, Eau de Blanc. Trusty Eau de Blanc from Bvlgari. This was a no-brainer to reach for when you want to smell safe and clean and pleasant all at the same time. It's one that if I have an appointment somewhere and I am sure not to offend anyone, Eau de Blanc is just the obvious choice. White tea, musk, a little bit of jasmine. That ensemble is absolutely gorgeous. I have a little review of that. It's right there in the cards. You can go watch that to hear my full thoughts. Number 5, By the Fireplace. And what a perfect time to bring this up as we get into winter. Yeah, the name is true to form. It's like you're by the fireplace. Cloves, wood, crackling vanilla, burnt sugar. It's beautiful. You have to like the sweet stuff. You have to have kind of a sweet tooth for that one. Similar to Uomo Intense, yeah, you need to like the sweet scents to really appreciate this one fully, but it's a fan favorite in the Maison Margiela replica line. You'll understand why the name is what it is. Number 4, Light Blue Eau Intense, or Light Blue Intense as I like to say, from Dolce & Gabbana. The smell of summer, the quintessential warm weather fragrance. The hotter it is, the more I crave this one. I love to put this on when the sun's shining and I just want to throw on my Hawaiian shirt and get my pina colada in hand and just enjoy the UV rays, getting that sun cancer, baby. It's a social butterfly kind of scent. It's casual, casual, casual all the way through, but a super fun choice. And it's one of those no-brainers for the summer season. Number 3, my lord. Number 3, Prada Luna Rossa. This is the extended fresh out of the shower feeling. I talked about this a little bit here and there in some YouTube shorts. It's kind of like Eau de Blanc in the sense that I can put it on and I'm sure not to offend anyone. It's safe, it's clean. People might find it kind of one note, kind of boring, kind of static. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of development. What you smell at the outset is what you smell through the life cycle. I don't mind that. I know it's gonna be clean, modern, fresh, masculine all through the day. I find it lasts well on my skin. You gotta try it, but it's one of those ones that I hope stays on the shelves a while because it's just, I think it captures the essence of what a modern, clean scent should be. The packaging is indicative of what this is like. Modern, industrial, user-friendly. Give it a try. Number 2, Tobacco Vanille from Tom Ford. You know what this one's all about. Tobacco, vanille, maybe a little bit more vanille than tobacco. That's up to you. That's up to your nose to decide. It's not as compelling as it once was at its release, but it's a fan favorite in the Tom Ford private blend. And if you haven't tried it, you need to try it, especially if you like those vanilla forward scents. It's not gonna stop the show, but it smells high quality. It smells extremely nice, especially when you're dressed up. When you're looking dapper, yeah, it definitely elevates your look. It's calm, confident, self-assured, classy, all the things that I wish to be. And number 1, I am not the least bit surprised that this rose to the top of my most worn list. This is Arancia di Sicilia from Perris, Monte, Carlo. This fragrance won an award in 2020. I'll put that up somewhere here. It's amazing. I didn't know that till recently, that it won an award, but it deserves all the praise that it has gotten and I hope continues to get. It's an orange forward fragrance, but there's a whole lot more going on. Now, like Akkad from Lubin, Arancia di Sicilia is complex beyond what you'd think a fresh citrus forward scent could be. Now this one's beautiful, I think all times of year. It doesn't last very long, and that's where people will find fault with it. Especially at the price point, when you're getting up to a $200 fragrance price point, a lot of people want performance. Sorry, some things are just more beautiful in a more delicate setting. Some things don't need to be projecting like mad to capture your imagination. Arancia di Sicilia turns into this buttery musk in the dry down. It takes you on a journey. There's iris in here, there's almond, there's coffee. There's a lot of notes that you probably won't detect. But I think the sum of those parts is what's making the complexity of Arancia di Sicilia. I love it. I've gone through a fair amount of this. I've had it maybe a year and a half. And a lot of the use you've seen is from this year. Yeah, I've blown through it. And I'm trying stuff constantly. Arancia di Sicilia takes the crown in 2021. That's what I've worn the most this year. What have you worn the most? Are any of mine on your list? Tell me, let me know in the comments. I'm dying to hear it. And who knows? Maybe some of these will repeat next year in 2022. If you were entertained, drop a like. If you were laughing at me, drop a like. If you're laughing with me, drop a like. Goodness me. Would you look at the time? It's time to go. Have a great rest of your year. I'll talk to you soon.